Hey y'all, it's time for another Thrift and Tell, but with a twist this time because we're actually going to make over one of the items, this one right here, in my haul this week. So it's always fun. The reason I love doing these with y'all, and I try to make it a regular thing, was because I love hearing your ideas of how you would use the things I show, and I love giving you ideas. Let me get over here. Make sure I am indeed live. But I thought we would do something a little bit different for this one, for this Thrift and Tell. And we're actually gonna make this over. So this is gonna be really fun. Hey Stephanie, how are you? And if you see a link in front of you, you should see at least one link in front of you, or not. I don't know. But it's for this little t-shirt because y'all are probably gonna ask about it. Look how cute this is. It says mentally planning today's thrifting route, however you say that. And I got it on Amazon. It was less than $20, and I thought y'all might want to see it. So that link should be in front of you. But anyway, happy Saturday. I'm so happy to spend this time with you. I've got not a huge haul to share with you today, so I thought that was why it'd be fun to make over this little jack-o'-lantern. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get started on him, and then I'm going to show you some things while we're waiting on anything to dry or whatever. But we'll just kind of have fun doing it all together. And it is a cute shirt. I felt really funny wearing it today because I did pop in one thrift store today. But I actually didn't know if I was going to make any time to thrift this week. I've been pretty busy with the creative little Christmas event. Thank y'all so much for showing up for that. But I did get a chance to pop in, and you may have already seen the reel where I took you thrifting with me. So some of those things, and then I have a couple more things. So it's going to be fun, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use this. I think we decided where to use this in our house. And so I'll share all that with you, but let's get started on the jack-o'-lantern. Y'all come on in. Let me get settled here. So, okay. The first thing we're going to do, I have some cute stuff. I really do. It's over here. I'm going to show it to you. We got to get some paint going and paint drying. So we'll pull that stuff back out and we'll talk about, we lost something. We'll talk about our traditional thrift and tell part of it. Hey, Roxy and Stephanie and Beverly and Sherry. How are y'all? Patty, come on in, come on in. Y'all tell me what you've been doing today. To prep this little guy, and look, he was a whopping 75 cents. There you go. Ceramic. And what a steal, right? Do y'all use jack-o'-lanterns? I think they're cute, just even if you don't decorate for Halloween, I think they're really cute for just your fall decor. And so I have just a very simple vision for him. Nothing super over the top. But to get started, I'm going to clean him with a little bit of alcohol. Hey, Sheila. How are you? Christy. How are ya? So, y'all just come on in. If you're watching, best way to say hi to me is throw me a little heart, a little thumbs up. Tell me what you're doing today in the comments. If you know somebody who loves this kind of stuff, definitely, share the page or something with your friends. The more the merrier. All the things. So once I get this cleaned up, I'll just feel like any kind of grime or anything, you just never know. It doesn't hurt to give a little once over with some rubbing alcohol to those thrifted finds. I tend to do this alcohol with like ceramics or glass. So that way we just have a good little degreased surface to start with. And so then, like, if you like jack-o'-lanterns, you could turn it that way. Y'all are gonna find this kind of stuff in your thrift stores. Keep an eye out for it. Hey Lori, hey Tammy, how are you? Y'all come on in. So we're doing a thrift and tell, but with a twist today, okay? Like I have thrifted finds to show you, and we're gonna talk about, like I've been doing the past few weeks. But this little guy could use a simple little makeover, and I thought I would let y'all see what I plan to do to him. So I'm just going to dry the alcohol a little bit. Hey, Stephanie. So if you don't do, you can look for regular pumpkins. And if no jack-o'-lanterns, he's got a cute just pumpkin side. What I love about the jack-o'-lanterns, and see, he's not scary, so I don't do scary. Okay, so he's like happy and cute to me. And I love that you can make it like a luminary. That's why I like them. So, but I like some fun and cute Halloween, just little touches of it, but nothing gory or scary. Hey, Betty from Maine. Thank you. That's the link in front of you, Tammy. I got this shirt on Amazon recently, and I love it. I got the men's fit, because I just like men's fit t-shirts. And it seems to be good quality, but I got the heather gray. There's multiple colors, but that's that link in front of you, because I got it on Amazon. It was less than 20 bucks. I think it was like $15.99. So, and then shipping if you have Amazon Prime. Okay, so what are we going to do to him? I told you, pretty simple. I'm not going to go like crazy or anything, but I am going to try to wear some gloves because for this part. I'm thinking, and y'all tell me what you think. I'm going to take you through this process. I'm thinking I'm going to make the stem look a little rusty. Okay, so I'm going to make it rust. And then I'm going to put a matte flat chalk paint with baking soda for texture. And then, depending on how that looks, if I feel like it needs more character, I have some antiquing glaze for us to get down in some of these grooves. Hey, Pamela, how are you? So here's your before. Let's get one more good look at him before we start to give him a new look. He's so cute. And then, of course, I have a little candle here to demonstrate how cute he's going to be as a little luminary. I love pumpkins, too. They're so sweet. Okay. Joy Smith, how are you? And Barbara Hauser, hello, friend. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get the rusty thing out of the way. And y'all, believe it or not, I have not pulled out my Mod Podge and cinnamon in quite some time. So I was itching to get that pulled out. So I'm just using ground cinnamon from the Dollar Tree. If you've never seen me use this or any other crafters, that is a real popular go-to look for that faux rust effect, because it creates that delicious looking texture. And let me see, I need to pull out some paintbrushes that are going to work for this. I feel I need to be a little bit precise because it's just a little stem. So probably this brush, and then I'll get another one for the other stuff. I love the grungy stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll be pretty easy. That'll be drying, and then we'll do the orange. And then while any of this is drying, I'm going to show you all these thrifty finds from this week. I'm skipping the plate. So I'm just getting some Mod Podge, and it's not going to hurt if it gets on the orange. Not going to hurt at all. But while this Mod Podge is wet, I am going to sprinkle it with some cinnamon and give it that rusty look. That's what we do. The more goopy you can get it on there, the better that cinnamon will stick. It's going to be really cute. So when I'm out thrifting, you know, I immediately, the more you practice and the more you do this kind of stuff, you do get a vision, you know, for this stuff. And so it's fun to think how easy it will be to make over something. This is 75 cents. So the fact that, you know, I can play with it is going to be great. All right, I'll put a little bit of that. I'm going to be pretty generous with it because I'm catching all the extra, and I'm going to this is my crafting cinnamon. Not that it's anything special, but I never take it out of my studio. So if there's any extra on the plate or anything, I just put it back in there. I've just gotten to where when I first started using cinnamon, I would like just use a little bit and maybe take it back to my kitchen, but then I use it so much that I just started, you know, having a designated jar just for crafting. So, all right, that's looking good. I'm going to go one more time just to catch some more of that wet Mod Podge, and I might even just make sure. Oh, that's going to look so good. And we prepped it with the alcohol, so it is good and ready to take on a new look. All right, so just going to use a little bit of this on the plate. Oh, that's sticking great. And on this side. All right. Ooh, and then the real magic happens. So see, I'm going to take the cinnamon and I just put it right back in the jar because I know I'm just using it for crafting. Just want to make that disclaimer. Thank you. Let me see. Personal preference. I'm not seeing what y'all are talking about. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, that's the beauty. You can bring and do in your home whatever you want to. We're just sharing all kinds of ideas. You can just do exactly what we're doing tonight on just a regular pumpkin. So Okay, so now the beauty in this, some people may let it dry. I usually don't. I just kind of test it and go ahead and put a sealer coat of the Mod Podge because that's when the magic really happens. So I'm going to go ahead and see how it acts. And the more you do it, you realize, you know, if it's going to give you any trouble and try to come up. But usually if I just kind of goop it on and I kind of just do this, instead of like brushing it around, if I just do that, it's usually good. And like that dark green we got going on under here, under the, you can see why I'm doing this first because it's going to take the longest to dry. I could put some heat on it, but even if some of that green that's underneath shows through a little bit, it's not going to matter for this particular look. But if you're not pleased, if you try this and you're like, too much of the under showed when I put the top coat on, then what you could do is just let it dry and then just do it again. And you'll get a good coverage then. Y'all feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the comments. If somebody's asking, this is a traditional thrift and tell, but with a twist at the same time. So I've got some thrifty goodness to show y'all. This was one of the thrifty finds. 75 cents. Giving it a new look. It does look milky and cloudy at first in case you've never tried this technique, but it will dry and be so beautiful. You have to look, you have to give it a double take because it just looks so much like rust. And they make different products, you know, actual like patina products and rust paste and stuff like that. But this is just a cheap. So that's what it looks like before it gets all dry. Okay. Oh, Trina, thank you. You're so sweet. Yay, Mary Testa, how are you? You just bought a 16 ounce. You know what? Bottle of cinnamon. I should probably just invest in a big old thing too. I just love it so much. Okay. Now I know that I'm going to do texture on the little pumpkin. So I'm going to set this to the side just for a minute. Let's take a break and look at one of my thrifty finds before I move along. We're going to do this in segments. We're going to stop, take a thrifty break because this is really a thrift and tell. Another 75-cent find. I feel like if y'all watched the video that was the thrift with me video that I did this week, you'd be like, God, it was like 75-cent day for her. It really was. My total was $8.11 for everything except for, I'll show you the other things I got at a different store, but $8.11. I got several things. So, but look how cute this acorn is that I found. How unique is that? I feel like that'd be a really fun DIY. If you could find the shape to do it. I just thought that was so beautiful. Look at all that gorgeous organic texture. So that was one of my little finds, just the one that I had. And then this little tabletop thing, another 75-cent find. I'm going to pop this off because obviously somebody like embellished it for a party or something. But I thought this is just one of those good little things to have on hand. You know, I'm thinking it'd be really great for a party or like a food table or something like that. And I actually kind of like it just as is. I'm going to pop this off and, you know, see how it looks underneath there. But that was cute for 75 cents. That was another one too. And you could use it in decorating. And then let's show you one more 75-cent find and then we'll move on to the little pumpkin. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm so excited. I forgot to mention this. Y'all remember last Thrift and Tell? That was last week. I realized that one of my thrifted finds was handmade. It was a basket. Do y'all remember that? And I was really excited about it because I just didn't realize it when I bought it. But I bought this and realized it's handmade too, y'all. Look at this. Miss Nancy made this in 1975. Look at this. Look how cool that is. I would have never thought that, but look how beautiful. And it's a little candle holder, 75 cents. I love this just as is. I'm not going to do a single thing to it. It's going to match so much of the colors in my home. So I'm not going to do anything to the acorn, not going to do anything to the candlestick. I'm just going to pop off the embellishments on that chalkboard. So isn't that cool? I mean, I love that. That's just the neatest thing to me. Okay, so let's get back to our little pumpkin guy. And I know, isn't that special? And I didn't realize it when I picked it up. I didn't pay enough attention because I was just busy, you know, trying to do things. I got a few more things to show y'all, so we'll stop and take another thrifty break. So let me grab another brush. I'm using the color, one of my favorite oranges, y'all, if y'all looking for a real pretty kind of more subtle orange for fall decor and fall crafts. I love the color cinnamon. Speaking of cinnamon, by Folk Art. Have y'all ever seen this orange? It's very pretty. Let me get it to the top to show you the tone. It's just very pretty. It looks really pretty with antiquing glaze over it too. So, because I was using the cinnamon and stuff, and I'm in the middle of filming some tutorials, and I'm trying to keep my nails looking nice. I've got lots of fun things in the works, and so I'm trying to protect my manicure because I've been I've been trying to keep my nails looking better for the videos that I've been filming. So it's amazing how quickly some of this paint and stuff like that can get under in a certain spot on your nails. And then I don't always wear gloves. I love the feeling of paint and stuff on my hands. Hey, Dawn Smith and Pigeon Forge, how are you? I know a Dawn Smith. I don't think you're the Dawn Smith that I know, but you must live in Pigeon Forge, so you're definitely not the one that I know. Hey, Brenda. Awesome. You'll love the Minden shops. You really will. So cool, Roxy. I agree. And Anne, shoe, it would be great for a food table. Tennessee, also another Tennessee in the house. What do y'all call yourself when you're from Tennessee? Loretta, how are you? Angie loves the acorn. It's okay. Come on in. Come on in. $7. $7 cinnamon. That's not bad at all. Stephanie. Hey, Linda. I love them too. So let's do this. Let's get a little bit of this folk art on a little plate. And this is so pretty. So we can see the difference. Like, I'll show you when I look at something like this. There's nothing wrong with this orange color if it works in your house, but look at the difference. It's very subtle, but it's almost more vintagey looking. So it's gonna go with my stuff. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that, and I want a little bit of texture. Tennessean. Okay, Tennessean. Oh, look at that big old chunk. Put a little bit of baking powder in here for some texture. We're gonna mix that up. I have to, we had a big old clump there. We're probably gonna need more paint anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Canada in the house. Hello, Miss Mary Lou. How are you? We're making over this little 75-cent jack-o'-lantern I found at the thrift store, because this is our Thrift and Tell series, but with a twist tonight, because we're actually making over one of the finds. So this is going to give me more of that like plaster type of texture instead of just paint. So we're just making it thick. It's like paste. You can put as much as you want. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Tennessee Volunteers. Orange is a Tennessee color. My daughter just got back from a little like mission trip. My brother is a pastor at a church in a couple towns over. He's a youth minister and young adults minister. I think that's what, yeah, youth. And they went on a little retreat to Pigeon Forge, and she loved it so much. Wasn't it Pigeon Forge, Justin? Or Chattanooga? Justin, are you in there? Anyway, I was gonna ask my husband. I can't remember what city it was all of a sudden, because I love both. Okay. So look, I got this paste. It's so thick, it's not falling off the plate. Hey, Kat. How are you? Y'all, Kat with Pickett's Crafts, she just did a version of the Amazon package from the Creative Christmas event. The Creative Little Christmas. Oh, it's so gorgeous. You have to go check it out with a really pretty printable that she designed, a poinsettia. Oh, look at this. This is so perfect. I told y'all this was going to be really simple and subtle, but I knew that I just wanted the tone of orange to be a little different. Justin, was it Pigeon Forge or Chattanooga that Elle went to?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, okay. So y'all see the difference in the tones of orange? See how much more vintagey that cinnamon color looks? And then let me give you a real close-up. Can you see the texture from the baking soda? Probably not. It doesn't really come through that great on camera. But anyway, so we're going to just try to get as close as we can up to the cinnamon rust look. And it's okay if we accidentally drag a little bit down, not going to hurt. Just going to add to the texture. So, you know, when you're thinking about thrifty makeovers, they don't have to be some dramatic makeover, you know. They really can be quite simple. And I liked this little guy. I just kind of wanted to give him more of like a pottery kind of look, and with a little bit of a different orange tone. So that's what we're gonna do. That looks so pretty now. Yes. I think it's gonna be great. We'll have to decide whether or not we want to add any antiquing wax, or whether y'all think I should add some rusty spots on here, like to match the stem. Y'all give me your thoughts as I'm working through this, because I got to put this on here anyway. And so while I'm working through this, y'all could give me your ideas. There's lots I could do. And when I first saw it, I thought it'd be real pretty white. You know, the creamy. I love the creamy jack-o'-lanterns too. So I really don't have to worry about painting that part. But I'm trying not to touch the stem while it's drying. It's amazing, just a little bit of a tint of an orange. What a difference that makes. Hey, Gina Lopez, how are you? Massachusetts in the house. Maria, I was in Massachusetts last summer. Beautiful. I was in Boston, and I was in Maine. I wanted to go back so bad. I could see myself going to Maine every summer. It was so gorgeous up there, y'all. Maine and Massachusetts. I better be careful. I'm probably rubbing off some of this paint. Okay. Let's get it on there. And because it's orange on orange, it's kind of hard to tell where I've painted. I'm going to kind of put it on thicker in some parts to really give it that textured pottery look, but I'm going to get that base on first. And I probably could have put just a coat of cinnamon paint on it first, cinnamon colored paint, and then come back over the top with the thick. If you're looking to cover up a color and your undercolor isn't working for you, like my undercolor is working for me, like it's gonna work for me, not against me while I'm doing this. So, ooh, I like that. That's looking good. But if you were like, for instance, let's say this jack-o'-lantern one's black and you wanted to go from black to orange or whatever, you could, you know what I should do? I'll put this little guy to use. A little pottery wheel I bought a while back. I'll put it to use. I'll set it up here. It needs some paint on it. I need to break it in. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of look around. I'm gonna add some extra thickness, like I said, for that pottery look. And I can kind of see, I can always touch up the bottom if it doesn't work out great. Missouri in the house, hello. That looks so good. Like the texture is so amazing. Now I'm going back over it just in some spots, and I'm just going a little heavier. I love antiquing wax too. I think that would look really good. I'm going to give it a dry, and I'm going to show y'all a close-up, see what y'all kind of think. But I do think that a little bit of antiquing wax would give it some depth and dimension. So we can put a dryer on it, a fan on it, while I'm showing you these other thrifted finds. And we can decide. I'm just using up all this texture. Look at all that beautiful gunkiness on my brush. All that baking soda and orange. Okay. Love it. I'm actually gonna take this off, take it off the thing, and I'm gonna kind of dab in a couple spots to give it some texture. Oh, that looks good. Look at this, y'all. Look at this up close. Look, see, can you see that texture right there? Isn't that so pretty? So I'm gonna do that in a couple spots just on my own, and I'm getting all this extra gunk off here. I don't want this good gunk to go to waste. So I'm just gonna, like, I feel like a little artist. Look at this. This is gonna help me kind of accentuate those eyes and nose. I'll put a little extra texture around the mouth. That looks really good. I'm happy with that. Yes, color and texture. Hey, Shirley Myers from Ohio. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Definitely baking soda and chalk paint, or baking soda and acrylic paint, is like one of the coolest, simplest things to try if you're just looking to add some pottery like texture to anything. Really, when you're out there looking at all those thrifted finds, so much of them have potential like that. Okay, so I am done as best as I can, and if I want to go add anything else, I will. Let's see. I'm gonna just make sure my orange is covered there. That looks so good. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna put a fan on it. Look, can y'all see all that beautiful texture? That looks really cool. Okay, let's get a fan on it. And let me put this again to the side. We're gonna do a little bit of cleaning on my little mat here. It should wipe right up. Y'all, if y'all don't have a silicone mat, they are the best. Okay. I'm just gonna get that cleaned up, put this fan on. I probably shouldn't have done all that because I probably could put it back on. I don't like to waste. If I can get a few uses out of my rubber gloves, I do. Okay. So let's just, for the time being, while I'm showing you some of these thrifted finds, let me just put a fan on it and then we'll blow dry it. Okay. Easy peasy. That's so far. And I have this antiquing wax that we may put on there in just a minute, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. All right, so let's keep going. I showed you the acorn, the chalkboard easel, and the little handmade candlestick. This one I bought because this was $1.75. This one called out to me because of all the pears, and I guess maybe these are supposed to be apples. And I think they're supposed to be just off-white with that kind of rustic look. And I think I'm going to repurpose these and pull them off. I thought they would look really pretty gathered in a little bowl or something like that. So always, y'all know I like to go look at the florals because you just never know. Because you can pick this stuff off and use it. It doesn't have to be left as you bought it. But like these little gold berries, gold looking berries would be so pretty for Christmas. I think this would look really Christmassy if you took all this off and just put it in a little bowl with some fresh Christmas greenery or something. So not too bad, right? What would y'all do with that? Of course, if you like the swag as is, or if you like, there's some wreaths that I buy at the thrift store that I leave just as is. They're great. This is pretty cool. This looks like it was some reclaimed spindles and someone made like a little ladder out of it. What would you do with this? I'm thinking it has so much potential, but my mind is just like, oh, there's so many ideas. Thinking it could lean like next to the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink if you had the room for it. Something like this with a little dish towel or hand towel on it. If you put some greenery and a bow, you could hang it up for a really unique door decor piece. I don't know. Y'all give me your ideas. Depends on what you got. I meant the look wax. Yes, I love it too. What size gloves do I wear? I don't know. Let me look. Let me see what these are. These are the nitrate. This says large. These are the ones I have. I think I got these. Gosh, I want to say I got these at Harbor Freight, but I'm not sure. I might have just got them at one of the. Oh no, I got them at Ollie's. Have y'all have an Ollie's near you? I just saw the price tag on there. Ollie's is one of those like stores that gets like leftovers from other stores, like a bargain store or whatever. Anyway, I would love some ideas on this piece. I just really liked it. It's the letter H. It kind of is for Hammonds, isn't it? Take a saw and use the spindles. Yes, or you could bust it up and use the spindles. I just thought it was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So there's that one. Okay, so those were the finds that you saw that, oh, that spindle, no. That little ladder came from a different store. The other stuff y'all already saw in the jack-o'-lantern, that all came from one store. And then here's a couple more things. Okay, this one sort of looks like a torture device. Because the store that I got it from, I think they were using it for a jewelry display. Do y'all see all the nails on it? They're everywhere. I have to take them all out. But it kind of reminded me of a shutter. And I thought it'd be really cool with a paint job. I don't know. What do you think? Look how big it is. So, what can we use that for? Y'all know I have the craft studio and I have places in my home, but I also love showing y'all and telling y'all things because y'all might find something kind of similar. So I love the ideas. I don't know. It's just a cool piece, cool wooden piece. I think I gave $10 for this. So, and I don't know what it was to begin with, but just really neat. And you can hang it up like this and decorate with it. Hang it on the wall. Look cool. I'm thinking like a chippy white finish on it would look really pretty. And then I told y'all my haul was very little. So lastly, oh, it's getting dry. The stem's starting to dry too. It looks good. This is not really too thrifty because I gave like almost $20 for it. But this is a little wooden centerpiece trough. And the reason I bought this, it's kind of a story time. When I had my store, I had a vendor who made stuff that looked just like this. And I'm not wondering if this isn't one of his pieces. I'm going to have to message him. But I found it at a more higher end thrift type store. And isn't that pretty? That's going to be a pretty centerpiece. I know this is a handmade piece. It has to be like out of rough wood. Can't y'all see that? Look how big that is. That's going to be a really pretty, I mean, $19. That's not bad at all. Probably would give like 40 or 50 at a craft show. So. And that's got a real pretty finish. Let me show you the finish up close. Look, at that finish. It's perfect. I don't have to do anything to it. So it looks like I got pretty lucky this week with some things I don't have to really do anything to. And so that's always fun. So let's get this little guy dry and let's see if we're going to add any antiquing wax. Looking good. He's looking real good. See how that the faux rust is starting to dry? He's going to look real grunged up when I'm finished with him. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? I know, isn't that beautiful, Christy Trout? She says she loved that trough. Carlene would have bought that too. I mean, you couldn't beat that. And it's hard, solid wood. Yes. All right. So we're going to get this good and dry. Let me see. It's going to be loud for just a minute. Hold on. I got the fan on it too. Yes, Tammy. Lots of options. All right, I'm going to go back down to low. Just so y'all can hear me. Thanks, Pam. I hope y'all are enjoying seeing all this. This little guy is looking good. He is looking so good. Look at that. That looks really cool. I think he does need some antiquing wax, though. I got to make sure that the baking soda is nice and dry before I do that. I'm not so worried about the cinnamon at the top with the Mod Podge right this minute because I need to add the antiquing wax. But we're looking like we're good for the, we're good to add antiquing wax. Now, y'all know sometimes with these tutorials, we rush through things. How did I not get any orange paint on that at all? On that little pottery wheel? I don't know. Gotta be careful not to touch this. Hey, Peggy. Let me sit back down. Let me get comfy with y'all again. So that kind of concludes the whole Thrift Tell, but we've got to finish him. We have got to finish him and light him up. So y'all, oops, I busted my glove. Look, me trying to I think I've reused the same pair of gloves like several times. I'm glad somebody asked me what size my gloves are because now I have my box of gloves right next to me. And y'all, gloves are not the cheapest thing in the world. I think that's why I'm like, I don't want to be wasteful because I gave only $5 for this box, but it came with 50. I mean, I don't want all my crafts to cost that plus $1, you know what I mean? So I'll just reuse these over and over again. All right. So, what are y'all doing on this Saturday evening? Yes, antiquing wax. Okay, so I have recently found, y'all know I've got Folk Art antiquing wax. I've got Waverly antiquing wax. I've used Dixie Belle antiquing wax. I love using a little bit of everything, just all different brands, whatever. But I recently was turned on and picked up this dark vintage color from Krylon. And it's very comparable in price. It comes in 16 ounce. And I really like it. So I'm going to use it with y'all tonight. And I got to get it open. But it's just fun to have a different tone. I don't know. You can call me a craft supply hoarder. That's what I am. but it looks a lot like gel stain. If y'all are familiar with like what gel stain is, it's very, very thick, and it's not quite as liquidy. I could pour it out right now, but it's not quite as liquidy as some of the brands that I've used. So let's do this. Let's find us a little brush. Let's get us, we gotta be prepared. I don't wanna wipe this off, but I'm gonna get a baby wipe. So let's grab us a couple of those. And we're gonna have to kind of do a test spot. We're gonna have to try to figure out, you know, how much this stuff is gonna change what we're doing. So here's what I'm gonna do. It's not gonna take much of this. I'm gonna grab just a little bit out of the container and I'm gonna put it on the plate. Isn't that pretty? And this stuff, look, you can stain with this stuff too. You can put it on raw wood like stain, and it's such a pretty color. I'm wondering if I have recently done anything in that color. I'm thinking. I'm looking back there and I'm trying to figure out, because we used it in my my Creative Nest group. We've used it a couple times. I'm trying to think of what I used on it. It's called Dark Vintage. Krylon Chalky Finish Antiquing Wax. Dark Vintage. Look at the very bottom. See how it says Dark Vintage? Hey, Susan. So, let's see what we're thinking here. And it's water-based still, so you can water it down if you don't like it that thick. I'm going to just kind of do, I probably should have done a test spot on the back. But you know, I'm a rebel. Let's do this. Oh yeah, that's going to be so pretty. So, you can do and use antiquing wax in a lot of different ways. But I really love usually to brush it on and wipe it off. That's my favorite technique. Oh yeah. That's so pretty. But I want to make sure I wipe it enough that, number one, it's all about your pressure. I don't want to wipe it off and get rid of all that pretty texture paint I did. But I also don't want to just make it so dark that you can't even tell it's orange. Oh, that looks good. So I like to do a once over coat. I'm going to show y'all. I'm gonna hold it up for you. I like to do a once over coat. And then I like to go back and I like to add some darkness in certain areas. So it's kind of a layered look. So there's the antiquing wax. Oh, that looks so cool. So we're just going to do that real quick over the whole thing. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hey, Cassie. So we're going to do that real quick. And then our cinnamon and Mod Podge is still drying for that rusty, crusty look at the top. We're going to get this antique wax, and it's picking up on that texture, y'all. It looks so good. And that's a good way to highlight texture, to highlight raised embellishments, anything like that. I'm trying to get it inside the nose. That antiquing wax is so good for, really. And, oh, I know what I use this on. I hadn't shared it with y'all. I thought I was going to get it out today, but I am going to get it out tomorrow, and that's that sheet planner from Dollar General. I ended up using it on that, so I can't wait to show y'all that reveal. You can use a paper towel, but sometimes it's not going to wipe off enough, and you're going to lose a lot of your undercolor. So I always like to have either a damp paper towel, lightly damp, or I like to just use baby wipes for convenience. That's just me. I always have baby wipes stocked in my studio. So, all right, that is looking pretty cool. Look at that, how realistic. That looks so good. Okay, so we're going to keep going. The face, I'm going to come back and highlight a little bit on with a smaller brush. Pensacola, Julie. I love Pensacola. I lived there for a year. And we love heading back that way. I'll be there for my birthday's next month. My birthday month. I'm turning the big 4-0, y'all. We'll be in Destin for like a week. Super excited. But it's just, I forget what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Distracted me because I was thinking about the pretty beaches. But I just love baby wipes. I just always keep them stocked. That looks so cool. Yes to the antiquing wax. Good move. Good move. Sandra. And really what I can do, I like to work in sections with antiquing wax. If you're looking for a lesson here, I love to work in sections because I don't want it to dry or to seep into my paint too long before I'm able to wipe it back, because then you get less control over how dark you want it, because you can always go back and add more. You can't take it away without sanding off or whatever, or starting over. So I just like to work in small sections. You see how I'm going about it and not leaving that product on there for too long. If you want that look, sometimes you could intentionally want that look though. You would want to leave it on there so that it kind of resists when you wipe back, and that gives you a cool finish too, like on wood and stuff. But y'all liking that? That's looking pretty cool. You look so different. Like in a good way though. We're gonna get that cinnamon nice and dry after we go back and highlight. Let's get just a little bit more. Hey Sharon, I'm doing so good. How are you? I'm just getting a little bit more off the lid. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Mine's August 11th, Diane. August 11th, 8/11/84. Getting ready to ring in that 4-0. So happy early birthday to you. Anybody watching tonight that happens to be their birthday? How cool would that be if we could all wish you happy birthday right now? North Carolina in the house, Sandra. North Carolina's on my hope to travel list too, pretty soon. All right, I got a fresh baby wipe and I'm just pulling back. It's all about your pressure with antique wax too, because the harder you wipe, the more product you'll pull off. So I always like to do it a little light at first. And then if I want to get heavier, you're going to basically allow some of that undercolor to show. Now this is a little different. We put a lot of good texture on this for this antiquing wax to grab onto. If I had only put the orange paint without any baking soda added into it, it wouldn't have soaked in and deepened the orange color so much. I just want to say that. When you add extra stuff for that antiquing wax to hold onto and to grasp onto, it will create a darker variation of color there. Now I'm getting to where it's kind of awkward to hold it, but it looks pretty cool. Okay, so now I think I have it where I like it. That looks pretty cool, right? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller brush with this antiquing wax that I have on the plate. Let's see, we got some birthdays in the house. Dana, you're not old. You're just, I'm gonna say I'm vintage and antiqued. And I'm a little, somebody said something the other day that made me laugh. What did they say? I can't remember, but it was really funny. I could be considered a baby. A baby with a baby. My oldest daughter's 15. My other one's about to be 10. I love how wax, it gives a ton of definition and ton of movement. Trina's daughter celebrating the 17th birthday on August 6th. Big 5'9" for Diane. I've never been to Arizona. I've been to Nevada, and my sister lives in Denver, Colorado. Where should I go to in Arizona if I travel there? Kim said her husband's is tomorrow and they're not allowed to say or do anything. That's so funny. Yes, all about those textures and layering and dimension for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of that wax just on the face, and I'm just going to highlight around the eyes. I'm going to show you what a before. I love seeing stuff next to each other so you can see like the difference that it makes. So it just adds so much depth. Like, I'm going to let you see this one eye next to the other eye that I didn't put any extra antiquing wax on. And you just never know. I kind of let the piece tell me, like, what do you want to be? You know? So I just start layering and kind of have a plan. And look how cool. So you see the difference? The dimension that it adds to that eye. And you can even bring it out further if you want. And you're just leaving on heavier product. So that makes a huge difference. It's kind of like us with our eyes and adding eyeliner on and mascara. So we'll do that to all the eyes and the mouth, and then we'll see where else we might want to put it. So that makes a huge difference, y'all. If you like the vintagey, rusticy, antique-y looks, this is definitely, if you have not tried wax. Antiquing wax or antiquing gels of any sort, you should definitely try. I'm not old, I'm vintage. Yeah, I'm just gonna call myself vintage. That, when I don't know when I can start technically, because some of y'all think I'm a baby because I'm only 40, but, or about to be. I'm 39 right now. I'm gonna live it up all the way to August 11th. And I'm not embarrassed or sad about turning 40. I'm blessed. I feel so blessed. I hope to never, ever, ever feel like that. Oh gosh, that makes such a huge difference. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. How those, the eyes, and you kind of want to like feather it and blend it out so it doesn't look like you just, you know, painted it. So you're wanting to create that shadowing and blending and dimension. Kind of get to be a little artsy. I used Folk Art Acrylic Matte in the color Cinnamon with the baking soda. That's what I used. And I just like cinnamon. It's just a pretty orange. It looks pretty without antique and glaze, and it looks pretty with it too. Mature, yes. I'm very mature and wise. That's another good one. When I worked with the seniors, some of y'all probably know this. Y'all been around for a while. You know, I worked in the assisted living for several years as the activities director, and I still get to go craft with them a few times a year, and I love it. But they just, I don't know, they made me see the world very, very different. I was a young mama, brand new mama, so that was 15 years ago. And I don't know, they just made me see the world different, and I'm like so grateful for that. I don't feel like I'd be the same person without that experience. This looks so cool. Really, 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 really cool. Still happy, not scary, but lots of dimension. Okay, and let me just put a little bit up here around this stem. So I'm gonna kind of work out this wax where it's coming off to the stem onto the body of the pumpkin. I've always felt like an old soul anyway, but I really, after being around them, I really, really felt like an old soul. So we all have something to teach each other, wouldn't y'all agree? So we're supposed to love each other, love on each other. Okay, now I'm just kind of giving a little pat with my finger to kind of help it blend out. It's pretty cool. Look at that. And on top, so we got that. And I think, oh my gosh. Oh, I just got a huge glob of paint on my iPad and I can't see. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Oh, yeah, everybody's sharing their age. I love it. Be proud of it. Be super proud of it. I'm a spring chicken for sure. I don't always feel like it when I wake up in the mornings, but all right, I got to scratch this paint off the screen over here. Oh, goodness. Is the glaze satin or matte? I don't know. I mean, I feel like it looks kind of satiny, just a little bit. Let's get it dry. Let me put a little bit of air on it. Let me put this on it. I'll get my brushes in the water. I think I'm going to kind of leave it just like that because I think it's good and grungy. Yes to the 80s. Hello, Miss Peggy. Hey, Kathy Story. How are you? We are just finishing up. I've showed off some thrifty finds and finishing up this little grungy jack-o'-lantern. And I love turning off the lights on live, so I'm about to turn off the lights and we're going to make him glow. We'll all take a moment to appreciate the cute little happy-faced jack-o'-lantern. He's not scary at all. Hey, Justin, you in there? Get Justin to be mine. I know, I've heard, Tammy. So I've heard. If you could be my light guy here in just a minute, I'm going to get you to turn off all the lights and let us glow. It's my favorite when I get to do luminary. 59 and fabulous, Miss Lisa Frail is. We've all decided to share our age on here. Justin, how old are you going to be?
I'm going to be 42.
Do you want to come say hi to them?
I'm not decent.
He says he's not decent. He is. He looks great. Come on, Justin. Come say hi. It's my husband, Justin. You never met him. You can get on your knees and say hello for a minute. They're all proudly sharing their age.
I gotta get way down.
How old do you feel?
Older than I am.
So here's a fun fact about Justin. He is 42 this November and avoiding his hopefully third back surgery. He's already had 2 back surgeries. We're talking about feeling old and being old.
Yes.
So he's born with a bad back, even though he's the most active person in the whole wide world.
It's genetic.
Yeah, it's genetic.
I'm okay though.
And
I've had 2 back surgeries.
yeah, 2 back surgeries.
I treat myself like I'm handicapped.
Yes.
Try not to do too much.
But then you don't. Then sometimes. It just depends.
All right.
All right. Well, y'all say bye. He's going to be our lighting guy here.
All right.
They're all saying hello to you if you've never met Justin. Okay. This still needs to dry just a little bit. That Mod Podge will be not as milky looking. And tomorrow I'll have to share a little picture. So he's going to be our lighting guy. And let's light him. Let's light him up. Light him up. Light him up. Miss Laura says she's 68 and been married 46 years. Is that not incredible? All right, here we go. Let's light him up. Let's see how cute he looks. All right, good?
This light?
Yes, and then, yeah, let me see how dark it gets when you turn that off. Well, not the lamp doesn't matter. It's these that matter. But you gotta stay there. I want to be in the dark and I'll be scared.
Ready?
Yes. Woo! So much fun. Look! I love a good little jack-o'-lantern. So once he gets all rusty and everything, and then we made him all grungy. We'll have to do a, these are great, y'all. Y'all look for these at Hobby Lobby. They come in like a 6-pack and they're like a pretty flicker. So, yeah, it's always fun to do a, in the dark ending to our lives. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's Thrift and Tell with a Twist, where we actually made over one of our thrifty finds. You can go ahead and turn back on the lights. Thank goodness for the light, huh? But these are great little candles. I love these. It's just the can lights. Just the can lights. Mm-hmm. So one more, just the that's not the can lights.
That is the can light.
No. Turn it back on. That's not the can light. That's.
Come with that?
No.
What are you talking about?
It's fine. Just leave it be.
That's what was on.
But anyway, so this was really fun, y'all. And thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for visiting with me. Thanks for sharing your age, all you beautiful, beautiful souls. And I hope y'all enjoyed just the little idea on keep an eye out for those pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns or whatever, all the cool fall stuff at the thrift store, because do y'all's thrift stores like group things by holidays? Because mine do. Mine will be, they'll have like Christmas shelves and fall shelves, and so they'll put it all out. And I'll have to get a little picture of him once his little cinnamon rusty stem dries all the way, y'all. But this was fun. Love jack-o'-lanterns. They are very cute. The happy stuff. Lisa, you're sweet. Thanks. We've been married. We'll celebrate 18?
Yes.
18 years of marriage this December.
06 to
Everybody's sharing their marriage. So I feel like we need to share ours.
24. 18 years.
Dana says she's got to go repaint hers now. Well, y'all let me know. Y'all know y'all can always send me a message. I love seeing y'all's projects. So, all right, well, I'm going to let y'all run. It's been a fun, however long we've been live, time with y'all. And I will see y'all next time. Sweet dreams to y'all, too. And have a great Sunday, a blessed Sunday. I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye-bye, Christy. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Y'all are the best. See you next time.